This is a Freed heater that I found in my father's shed. My father passed away a couple years ago. We're just getting around to cleaning out the shed. And it has a water jacket inside of it. It's a coal heater. Wood or coal. Okay, I just dumped a whole load of coal in it. That blue flame, you can see it. The flame's actually coming through. That'll get red hot in there. I dumped probably 10 pounds of coal in there. Okay. Pipe comes up through the outside. I drilled a hole through the smoke pipe. That's an Aquastat. Normally open, normally closed. There's the other pipe. Completes the loop. I got a valve on that end, which, in case I had to bleed it from this side, any kind of air, but you would just bleed it like a regular boiler loop. Here's PEX I hooked it up with along the baseboard underneath the stairs, and it goes out to the boiler room. Okay, these are those SharkBite fittings. I don't know if you can see them. They just slide right onto 3/4, and the PEX slides right into it. No soldering. Really nice piece of cake. I put a stack damper in there. It's not an airtight stove, so you want to try and close off the air as much as possible to keep keep this coal from burning out too quickly. Now we'll go into the boiler room, and I'll show you what I did there. Okay, hang on. Bear with me. Going outside. I have my boiler inside the garage. I never liked it in the house. The rumbling used to drive me crazy, and so I piped it out to the garage through a series of tunnel pipes. Okay, here's the boiler itself. This old circulator is where the stove is hooked up to. Okay. Okay, I got a blow-off valve and a bleeder at the top of the loop. You got to do that. And then, of course, it goes through the tunnel, and the PEX connects on the other side. You can see the PEX coming through here, and it connects to the bottom. I have no flow valve on the bottom. It just normally flows. Okay. Actually, in the summertime, I make hot water with the solar panels, so I don't even need the boiler running at all. There's the controls. You can hook it right through those controls to get it working. It's a standard Well-McLean boiler. Okay, right now it's pretty cold outside, and it's keeping the house warm, and it's below 100 degrees only because I just dumped a whole bunch of coal into it. When that coal fires up a little bit more, it'll go way up to 160, even with the water flowing through the radiators. 180. I got a hot water maker. It makes water for that. It really works good. It's a nice setup. So a lot of guys are doing this with stoves, cold stoves they're actually buying. They don't sell them with water jackets in them. You have to separately buy the water jacket and install it. And you definitely need to put the blow-off valve on it and the air purge, because it'll get so hot it makes vapor lock. Okay? So now we're back in the house again. Alright. There we go. One more look. They got the PEX pipe nailed along the baseboard. These are just like little pieces of metal I made, just roofing nails in between it. They hold both pipes to the baseboard. It's not too bad looking. You know, didn't want to start tearing open the walls and everything. I just hooked it up this year. I wanted to see how it worked. So when it's running, I don't use any oil at all. Okay? So that's my hookup. I went on YouTube. I seen some other guy had one of these heaters out in the yard. They're made in Pennsylvania. I don't know if they make them anymore, if they're available anymore. This has been in my father's shed forever. These are how you stoke it. This bottom door over here is air that you open up. And then, of course, here is where the pan is. You can see a little bit of coal reflecting into the ash pan down there. So it's definitely burning. And like I said, I just filled it up a little while ago. And there's quite a bit of coal in this thing right now. It's been going all afternoon. And the house is 67, 68 degrees. Plenty warm enough, and it's in the, what do you call it, in the low 40s outside right now. When the coal really fires up all the way, it'll get bright red glowing hot. So there it is. Alternate way of heating your house. And I don't know what they're talking about coal being dirty fuel or anything like that, because if it was daytime out, I would take a picture of the chimney and show you. You can't see anything coming out that chimney. When you're burning coal, it is as clean as can be. I put it on a concrete slab there, of course. I didn't want it sitting right on the tile because there's wood underneath it, and this base gets hot. Okay, so actually this top part right here is where all the water is. It's, top part of the stove is the water jacket. The base is a standard, that whole belly is full of coal in there. Again, you know, once you get the fire started, and you start shoveling in coal, it'll glow red, bright red, and then you can dump in a whole bunch of coal, like 5-10 pounds of coal right on top of it. And I'm experimenting with it still, so I keep the air shut completely off. Like I said, it's not an airtight stove. And, you know, it's got all the springs you pick it up by. You can see the flame just dancing through the coal. Again, like I said, there's at least, let's say, 8 inches of coal in here, in this stove. So that's my setup. If you come across these things, don't write them off as junk, because they're not. Especially if you want to, you know, I mean, coal is only $145 a ton if you buy it out of Pennsylvania or a real coal yard. I mean, if you buy it at these local yards where I live here on Long Island, they double that price just to make their money. So it's no big deal for us to get a dump truck and drive up to Pennsylvania, buy 10 tons of coal, save a fortune, you know? Maybe spend $60 worth of fuel to do it. You know, I'm sure everybody knows somebody with a dump truck or a big truck. Okay? So there it is. My coal hot water heater. And everything else works normally. The thermostats on the walls, you just set them to what you want. It doesn't overheat the room like a regular belly stove. It's great. It really is a great thing. Okay. Dan LeBate signing off.